It has now been 6 months or 180 days since I started my NoFap journey. Now, throughout this time, I have experienced quite a few benefits, so I'm gonna just go ahead and get straight to it. The first benefit that I've experienced was discipline. Okay, discipline. When you do NoFap for 6 months, it is impossible to not build discipline. Anytime you take on this type of challenge to suppress the one thing that you want to do as a man, that physical and mental urge to release, you're going to become a more disciplined person. Now, me personally, my discipline levels have kind of gone up and down throughout my journey, but overall, just in the little areas, my discipline has definitely increased, especially in the areas where it needs to. For example, with YouTube. Since starting NoFap, I have not missed a single upload. I've been uploading 5 times a week. Now I'm uploading 6 times a week. I have not missed a single upload. Whenever you go on your YouTube page in your subscriptions, you know that a Jordan Green video is going to be there 6 days out of the week. And on the one day that it's not there, you'll see a stream. So you know that you're going to see me every day. You guys have to see me every single day because of this discipline. This is very important for me as a YouTuber because consistency is everything. This is how you get into the algorithm, is by consistently uploading. So, for me to continue uploading that often, that shows that I have a lot of discipline. This is something that was not true before I started NoFap. I would start editing the video the night before I was supposed to upload it, and then I'd fall asleep and I wouldn't finish it in time. So I just push it to the next week because I was only uploading 1 video a week. And, that was fairly normal for me. And I think that's a big part of the reason why my channel wasn't growing as fast as it is now. This has definitely paid off. Whenever I started NoFap, I was at, I believe, 800 to 900 subscribers on YouTube. This was back in April. As of right now, as of me filming this video, I have 19,700 subscribers. Okay, so just in a few months of doing NoFap, that discipline has paid off. Now, in some areas, I will say that my discipline has not regressed, but like I said, just gone up and down. For example, when it comes to waking up early, I kind of gave up on that. There was a time when I was waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning sharp every morning, especially during quarantine, but I don't do that anymore. Now I just kind of wake up whenever I want to. But as long as I get my work done, I get my work done, I take cold showers, I go to the gym. The areas where it really matters, I am on top of my game right now. Now, right along with discipline is an increase in motivation. Okay, I've learned to transmute this urge into wanting to do what I need to do every day. YouTube. Now, this right here, this takes time. Okay, this takes time. When you're first starting off, you're going to have this extra energy and, you're not going to know where to place it. And the one thing that you want to do is relapse. That's it. So once you learn to not only control your desire, but transmute your desire, place that desire somewhere that it can actually benefit you. For me, like I said, it's with YouTube. So having this extra motivation, this motivation to build something. As a man, biologically, we want to reproduce and we want to build. That's really what we want to do. So, I want to build. I'm building right now. I'm building my channel. I'm building that foundation for my legacy. A lot of people ask, how do you get rid of urges? You don't. You don't get rid of urges. You don't want to get rid of urges. That would defeat the whole purpose of doing NoFap. The reason why you do NoFap is so that you can learn to transmute those urges into other areas. Whether it's, actually finding a girl to, do the thing with, or building something, starting a business, getting through school, being better at whatever sport you're playing, whatever you need to do. But don't get rid of the urges. You can't get rid of the urges. You're a man. You can't get rid of the urges, but you can transmute them. Find something that you love to do and transmute those urges. The next thing that I've noticed is that I've become pretty competitive. Now, I've always had a bit of an ego. I was always kind of insecure and I took things very personally, and I have made a video about this in the past, detailing some of the experiences where people challenged me on certain things and I went out and did them, including YouTube. But, it's a little different now because I have so much more confidence in myself that, the insecurities are balanced by the confidence, if that makes sense. So if somebody challenges me to do something, I take it personally, but then I know that I can do it. I know that I can accomplish it because I have that extra confidence, which I'll get into later on in the video. But, I just take things a little more personally, and I kind of have this switch. I can flip this switch and just go into kind of this weird mental space, like just getting in the zone. I don't really know how to explain it. I feel like if you know, you know. But basically, when I focus in on something, when I feel like I'm challenged and I focus in on something, I feel like I am invincible in a sense, which I know it sounds like I'm exaggerating. I promise you I'm not. This is just my experience, mind you. This is my experience. You may or may not experience this, depending on if you're a naturally competitive person or not. But me, I'm a naturally competitive person. A quiet competitive person, but very competitive. Now, the next thing that I noticed is an increase in energy. Now, obviously, I could sit here and tell you how much more energetic I've become, but I think the best way to see that would be to go watch one of my older videos from like March and then watch this video right here, and you'll see the difference. You'll see that my on-camera presence is completely different. And I think, part of that is because I've become more accustomed to just filming videos. But by that time, I was already, pretty used to turning on this camera and talking to it. So, I feel like this energy has definitely helped me to build my channel more. It keeps people hooked in when they watch my videos. If you go and watch my old videos from when I first started uploading, they're hard to watch. They're actually hard to watch. Cringeworthy almost. I had no emotion. I was reading straight off of a script. And you can tell. You can tell in my demeanor on camera. I just had a lot less energy. And the thing is, it's natural. I don't have to force the way that I talk now. I don't have to force this. This is just me. This is just how I'm supposed to talk. I've unlocked who I'm supposed to be. And now I can, show you guys that on camera for my videos. And like I said, it's definitely shown in my growth. People gravitate towards my channel now. And it also helps that YouTube is recommending me and that I've stayed consistent. But, it all goes hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. You need all of them. Another thing that I've noticed from my old videos to now is the way that I project my voice. And I think that, some people mistake this as my voice getting deeper. Some people told me that my voice is a lot deeper than it used to be. It's really not. My voice sounds the same. It's just that I'm projecting my voice a little more because I just have more confidence and energy. In my old videos, I was talking kind of like this right here. I was still not quite as confident in myself as I am now. So, my voice was kind of down here. But now, I'm talking like this. And these are very small things. But, when you're doing YouTube, these little things add up. You need that energy. You need that enthusiasm. And I always thought that I was somebody that was boring. I thought that I didn't have energy. I thought that I was just not like that. But I feel like everyone is like that. Once you become comfortable in your own skin, you learn to kind of put yourself out there a little more. I think it also shows in my eye contact. I've been able to maintain eye contact more with not only the camera, but people in general when I talk. It doesn't weird me out as much. The only time I can't maintain eye contact now is when I just don't feel like talking. If my social battery is drained, then I won't be able to maintain eye contact at that point. But it's more of a choice now. I can look somebody in the eyes when I talk, especially girls, and that's definitely made a pretty big difference in the way that I interact with girls. Now, speaking of girls, I want to touch on women attraction a little bit. Now, I plan on making a whole separate video about women attraction and why I think it works the way that it works and just my personal theory on that. But I have definitely noticed a few different times women staring at me. Now, most of this has happened within this last month. And, I'm making it sound like this happens like every day. It's only happened twice. But I'm going to get more in depth in that women attraction video on what happened with these two situations. But, one thing about me is that I'm not somebody who ever assumes that somebody's staring at me. And I don't stare at people. I was taught that staring at people is rude. So, I never stare at somebody even when they're staring at me first. But at the same time, I've definitely felt people looking at me. I felt women looking at me, and I might catch them out of my peripheral vision and see them looking at me. Or maybe they're looking past me. I don't know, honestly. But, I definitely felt something. It's something. And also, I think part of that is because I've become more alert and observant, and that just goes right along with having more energy. Now, I think part of the reason why I've noticed more women attraction, and I really don't like to talk about that because I don't want people doing NoFap for women attraction. You shouldn't be doing it for women. You should be doing it for yourself. But I think it's just I have more confidence, like I said. I just have more confidence. And when you're confident, you carry yourself in a different way. You keep your head a little bit higher. You can just tell when somebody's confident. And I said this in my No Nut November video. But if you look at a group of people, usually there's going to be a few people that stand out. And the reason why they stand out is because of confidence. Now, just like everything else that I've listed, confidence is very essential to being a YouTuber. When I first started doing YouTube, I remember doing hours and hours of research on all of my favorite YouTubers, trying to figure out what made all of them successful. And then I realized that the one thing that they all had in common, no matter what type of content they were making, is that they were all confident. They were all confident in themselves. And, when I was starting off YouTube, back in March 2019, I wasn't very confident in myself at all. I didn't have any type of confidence. I was lacking confidence so hard. And, like I said, you can see that in my videos, in my overall demeanor. But I didn't have confidence in anything. I didn't have confidence in my looks, my voice, my ability to articulate myself. And ironically, these are all things that, people consider strong points for me now, which is insane because back then I didn't see that. I didn't see that at all. So, having that confidence definitely makes a very big difference in your ability to be a creator. Just creating art, creating content, creating whatever you want to create. Because as humans, we are creators. That's what we're here to do. We're here to create. So, having that confidence and being more in tune with yourself, allowing yourself to be who you are, that helps you as a creator tremendously. Because when you're yourself and you're confident in yourself, you're not in competition with anybody. Now, like I said, I am very competitive. But one thing that I know is that as long as I'm being myself, nobody can be a better version of me than I can be of myself. So that's the competition I'll always win.